Hi, this is Curt, and welcome to another edition of Fire Law Roundup.
This one in Florida, we have a firefighter who's accused of payroll fraud. Everybody should be very careful about this. Even in my own city, I'll go through the facts, but we had a very upstanding individual. He was the public information officer for the city of Syracuse, and the guy was just knew everybody. I met him twice and he remembered my name both times. I mean, the guy's right on. If there was a murder, if there was an incident, he's on the news. And he was convicted of this type of thing. People call it stealing time. But here's what happened, and then I'm going to talk about that too. He was accused of just putting in, having worked a 3 24-hour shifts that he didn't actually work. They caught it. He entered the time himself. They caught it. It would have resulted in just under $1,300 of payroll, increased payroll. But he was then, he was then fired. And they said, he not only stole money from Polk Fire Rescue, he stole taxpayers' money. That was the quote. And they say, in addition, he embarrassed his colleagues who risked their lives for this community. He resigned, but he's being charged. So this is not good. This is theft of time. So this comes up in less subtle ways. This is where I was going with the city of Syracuse. Usually what this happens is somebody's working another job, is still getting paid at one job, and is working somewhere else and gets paid for both. And right. And you can't do that in public service. Even if you're salaried, I caution people, you better go check with somebody. If I'm salaried as a fire chief or whatever, and I have a separate construction job or something, you better make sure that that's not going to be seen as stealing time. That's the, the kind of informal way people refer to this. This one was way more blatant. I've not seen people just put in time they've never worked. This was just blatant.
We don't see that. You're right. And then there was another case that was referenced. If you go through to the original article on it, there was another case where another firefighter had done something, wasn't exactly the same, but they've had another problem there. Polk County has had a number of problems over the years. And I was down there a few years ago. Seems like a well-run department. And certainly Grady Judge, I mean, he's a legend, the sheriff down there. But, I went down to their facility down there. They got a great facility, great auditorium. And I tried to get in to see Grady Judge, as a matter of fact, but didn't have time. But he's giving news interviews about it. But they've had a number of problems. And I think everybody's struggling to hire, and I think that, I don't know what that has to do with if it had a factor in the DC case as well, but everybody's struggling to hire people. And, maybe we're hanging on to some people. We're, first of all, hiring people maybe that we shouldn't, and then hanging on to people that maybe we shouldn't as well. So,
but this is tough. I mean, this isn't probably going to come up on a background check. And listen, I have a saying. I just want to say this just to give a little understanding. And I'm not saying this is or isn't what happened, but I have a saying that bad times make good people do bad things.
Yeah.
For all we know, there was a good reason he felt that he had to commit this alleged crime, and he just needed the money and felt like he didn't have another way out. And I'm not making excuses, but a lot of times the people you trust are exactly the ones who steal from you, because if you didn't trust them, you wouldn't allow them to steal from you. You would treat them like you didn't trust them. And if I was a treasurer, I always tell people, treat me like you don't trust me. And that way you'll have proper oversight. You'll review my bills, etc. It's always the people who you trust. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Of course. And that's why you gave them such freedom. But what you have to remember is good people do bad things in bad times because they don't see another way out. You can't allow them to have that. Now, kudos to the department, by the way. They caught it before they actually paid it. So that
I think they paid 2 of them.
Oh, I thought they said they caught it.
They paid 3 of them, I think, and they caught him on the 4th one, I believe, or the 3rd one. Yeah. So he did September 13th, October 22nd, November 21st, and they caught him when he tried to do it again on November 30th. So, and
thieves usually steal the same way, because they think it worked and you won't catch on to it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but bad times and we're in bad times. We're in a recession, and maybe I'm not excusing it by any means. What I'm saying is you got to watch out for this. When I was chief, we always reviewed payroll. It came to me, I reviewed it. We made sure it was accurate, and, we checked it. They at some point did the same thing. It shouldn't have made it past the first time, apparently, but at least they caught it, I guess, eventually.